Oh my God. I don't know. Fridays are quite different, I must say. I think I should have been born on a Friday, but KMJ happens to be born on Friday. Kay, what's up?
I don't know what experience no. Friday.
Now I understand. Now I understand why you're like this on Friday.
I'm tired of you people, so I want Jackpa.
You're what?
Jackpa.
What's that?
We present with 2 coins.
Is that what's called jackpot?
In Nigeria, if you run away from Nigeria to any other country, you jackpot.
But did you realize there was a story this week that had the president saying he's quite worried about the number of youths who are leaving the country?
Yeah. But he's aware. He's been aware since. It's not like he doesn't know. He's aware since. This thing started how many years ago? About 5, 6, 8 years ago. People have been running away, and I'm talking about the rampant, movement.
I think it started,
people leave over 15, 20 years.
Yes,
we've seen people travel.
It became more rampant in the last 3 years.
Exactly, and he's been in office since. He knows about this.
The last 3 years it's been that bad.
But he's sounding like he's never heard of this before. He's never seen this happen before. That's how he came across. Surprised.
Yeah.
The president says he's surprised. It's the Ministry of Health not telling him how many people that are in the health service that have moved from this country to the UK, to Canada, to US.
And you know, currently UK has this job openings,
even in Canada,
for health in Canada as well. And so there are people who just go online, they apply for it, they get the opportunity. You go, you have your work permit for 5 years.
Every single health worker in this country right now wants to run away. The president is aware. The ministry is aware. What's the president saying?
It's quite sad. It's really
He should give us a break. Some of these things, they shouldn't pretend they don't know.
No, he's not pretending. He's just surprised.
How are you surprised?
No, sometimes people are leaving, but when you get to know the figures, it gets surprising.
They brief him of the figures every day.
Every day? No, I don't think it's every day.
What's the ministry doing?
But the president can't take these numbers every day. So you have to have a time.
The president is aware. He's aware of these things. Let's not pretend. He's aware.
Well, now his eyes have been opened.
Oh. See, the country had no 2 ways about it.
Yeah.
Things are very
Don't forget about COVID and Russia that came in to make it like that.
They should just let us be. All this COVID and Russia and all these things. In the next 10 years, we're still going to be talking about this COVID and Russia and all that. Really?
Well, in the next 10 years, if they should break the 8 years, we'll talk about it.
Well, we won't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't be here.
But if they don't break the 8, let's see the story that the NBC also has.
Whatever happens, we'll be here. Let's just wait and hear somebody say COVID-19 and Russia and whatever it is. We're all in this country.
Anyway, the newspapers have a lot they are reporting. And which one are we starting with here?
So, Daily Graphic is here. Let me try and see what they have reported this morning. So, on the front page, it says controversy over 2 fishers' death at sea. And it's got 2 members of the family of the deceased in very uncontrollable tears on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Away from that, Speaker clears air on We Law.
So I like this. So what did my car break down? Tuesday, right? My car broke down, and so I had to use an Uber to go back to the workshop for my car. And on my way, the Uber driver that I used actually said, "Oh, it's a way no, and I was like, no." He's like, hey. So what is it? And I say, oh, the one that they use for medicinal purposes. So he was like, oh wow, we ought to be discussing this because out there, there's a misconception. There's so many people who are excited about it because they think that it's a weed that they can smoke, but they didn't know that it's for medicinal purposes. And actually, there's a little bit of a difference with the one that is smoked and the one that is for medicinal purposes. And so there was a conversation on radio. That's where they were discussing it, and the gentleman had tuned in. That's why he brought that topic up. And when they were having this discussion, what they said was that yes, we hardly plant the medicinal purpose one here in Ghana. So the gentleman quickly goes like, could it be that there are some investors coming from abroad who want to come and plant, and that is why we have passed the law? I was like, okay, more education.
We've been pushing for this, for the longest. I mean, there have been radio presenters, health officers, doctors who have all been, pushing for this. I mean, in some hospitals, it's recommended for you. You understand? Just that it's not in a large quantity, you know, or it's not like it's approved, you know, legally. But in some hospitals, it's approved that they can use it for certain, you know,
health benefits.
Exactly. So, yeah, the clarification is key. Before somebody goes for 10 years and pretend like he didn't know that, you know.
Yeah, and they'll take it. So when the police stops them, they're like, but there's law. The police will barb you.
The time you realize, no, you are 10 years in prison and your family members are looking for you. You know, so yeah, it's good that the speaker comes out to clear this. Especially that is where he began.
You see, it's not just the clarification for even the ordinary Ghanaian, even the policemen, they need this because some of them on the road don't even know what is happening by law.
Yeah.
It's quite sad. When you're having a conversation with a policeman and he tells you you're wasting my time, and that is his job.
It is the bring your license and nominee me.
You know, I was having a conversation with the policeman. I said, you're wasting my time. I said, man, that's your job.
Bring your license.
Let's have a conversation. How am I wasting your time?
Yeah. Some for license.
He later apologized when he realized that, you know, some officers had come in. But I was like, yo, do we have to get to this level before?
Where their power lies when they have your license in their hand. They work like this.
No, but you know, the funny thing is now they know that, you know, if you are below the rank of a sergeant, you can't seize a license. And so they are very careful.
Absolutely. You know, but for me, I think that it's a general education, like you rightly said. And so it is something that even the police service has to even invest in that. You know, the public affairs are supposed to be, you know, looking at this critically and periodically, you know, educating their men that this is what it is. This is what.
There's actually one gentleman. I don't know if he's a private or something. Private in full, very rude gentleman. He's a policeman out there. I had to mention his name because I'm remembering what happened, and he was a very rude young man who had just passed out.
Oh.
Very rude gentleman.
You see, and that's the problem I have. There are some very nice police officers there, you know, but many of them, you know, sometimes, especially these young ones who pass out.
Let me tell you exactly what this gentleman did. So they stopped me. We're having a conversation. I asked a few questions. I said, don't I have the right to go for my meeting, give you my license, go for my meeting, come back, and then because I have 24 hours within which to appear. Gentleman goes like, you can't be wasting our time. Madam, let's go. I'm like, hey, take your time. And I said, listen, you just came into the force. We don't handle things like that. Take your time and learn. What do you mean? What do you mean?
You can't teach him in job.
He was very rude. Well, he later apologized, but unfortunately, I had to put your name out there.
They can't teach you how to do your job.
Yeah.
Like I said, the others too you would encounter and you realize that these people are also trained differently.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, no, there was a man in there. I've forgotten his name. He was very nice. Yeah. I really wish I could remember his name. Very, very nice gentleman who kept on saying, Madam, I'm sorry about what is happening. And he kept on apologizing on behalf of his colleagues. But his colleagues were on a different tangent.
They are the ones that are Ganjer.
But you know the shocking part? The fact that they came back to apologize, I asked myself a lot of questions. So what you were doing, you knew was wrong. So you're not coming to apologize because?
Yeah. They are making Dampare's work difficult.
Anyway... Continue.
Education Ministry reverses decision on Addis Adel students. Ghana. Goyle graphic pledge to promote national interest. So how did we get there?
So they've reversed which of the decisions?
So I'm thinking that's the suspension.
So the young man is back in school because I think that yesterday also I saw that the young man had been arrested.
Rose, let's see.
Yes.
So the Addis Adel College bully is expected to be hauled before district court in Cape Coast today, following his arrest and the subsequent bail granted him. Now, this follows the order by the Attorney General Godfrey Adame for the third-year student to be investigated for possible prosecution. Now, Principal State Attorney in the Central Region, Vincent Ayinaku, said Bobby is 17 years old and would be treated as a juvenile.
Yeah.
Now, the bully, widely known on the school premises as Bobby, choked a fellow, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education has reversed the suspension handed by the school to Kelvin Ofori, the victim, pending conclusive investigation. So this is on the victim.
Okay.
So the other guy will still face charges, as in the bully will still face charges. But the victim, you know, was also suspended.
But why did they suspend the victim?
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, he was also suspended, you know. And so they had to reverse. I'm sure they investigated and found out that
I mean, come on, the video. How do you suspect a victim?
Suspect, the victim.
How? We saw a video of somebody being choked, the person's head
regardless of what the confrontation it was.
What it was, how do you suspect a victim?
If somebody's holding somebody's neck in that manner.
So, you know what this means? It's just like somebody murdered somebody and you say the dead, you too, you
suspend you, man.
I mean, come on.
I mean, really, I think it was haste, and for me, going back towards and reversing the situation,
it's a good thing.
Yeah, because really, I'm thinking how this guy is going to feel like, okay, so everybody can choke somebody and also be, the one who's been choked would also be suspended. Exactly. People will just go ahead and be choking people because at the end of the day, we're all going to be suspended.
Exactly.
So,
come on.
Make our choke you, make them suspended too.
We all go.
Then we'll start looking for Sefa. You choke. Chief Justice declines removal of Atuforsen trial judge. NPP announces date for nomination of proxy voters. Hey, they're getting there. Small. Now we know who is number one, who is number. Oh, yeah. Then we'll go to the mega delegates, and then we'll go to the.
Yesterday, so there's a new theme. So I saw some friends of mine who are NPP faithfuls, who are Baumia's faithfuls as well, and they had this video. There's a song saying "Asieho."
Oh, it will come back. Where he is right now, that's the only way they can sing to, make people vote for him. Asieho, where you want to go again? Kennedy date of where you want to go again? Maybe that's where you go. So, and it might work. Because that song is very popular. I mean, no doubt about it. If Luma doesn't come out and say they should stop it, stop using it.
I don't think Luma will.
Fine, but
I think with the way Lumba has gotten to in life, he won't bother her. Maybe they'll just give him some money.
Charles Kojofusu is very unpredictable.
But Lumba likes money though.
Don't play
so
with
maybe Lumba will just pick up a phone and say, hey, if you're using money, so just give me some money. And he'll take the money.
DL is very unpredictable.
He will take the money. So probably they'll just give him some money and it's fine.
He might even tell them to use it and change his mind. Like the ministry did. Charles. Oh, stop. Very unpredictable, man. Arrogance, dishonesty of leaders, Africans being Professor Lumumba, I love that man. Speaks a lot of wisdom.
Right.
There was a celebration for the former President Mills. He's been celebrated and some very nice things has been said about him, including Professor Lumumba. And I think that legacies like these are the kind of legacies we want to be seeing. As much as he was not able to do much in terms of years, this man left a legacy that almost every single Ghanaian actually, hold very dear to their hearts. You can imagine if he was strong and he had lived to fulfill all his, tenure, some of the things that would have happened in this country, But unfortunately, they say the good people don't live long, So
that's true.
May his soul continue to rest in peace. Prof was an honest man.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway, let's do the Finder newspaper. NLA engaging Finance Ministry GRA over 10% lotto tax, says Awuku. Access Bank pledges support for Ghana's pharmaceutical industry. Allen for President campaign postpones planned Ashanti regional derbys. 9.24 million HIV positive persons not on treatment due to stigma. What?
9.2 million.
Plus the 4.
Wow.
In Ghana here.
Wow. 9.24 million.
In Ghana here.
So how are we dealing with this?
Wow.
Like, how do you deal with this? That's a lot.
Let me see what's on page 6.
That's a lot.
So it is estimated that about 9.24 million persons are living with HIV/AIDS in the Economic Community of West Africa, that is ECOWAS, are avoiding treatment due to the fear of discrimination. Of this number, about 700,000 are children.
Really?
It's quite sad, though.
Born with it.
It's quite sad. Most children who have it are actually born with it. Most children who have it are born with it. But it's quite sad. Anyway, let's continue. So another constituency that is quite a swinging constituency that I was having a discussion with Okuto, just because we live there, is Adenta constituency, Adentan constituency. And Akosia Menu seems to be
going straightforward sound.
No. No, Ababa said. No. So,
but that's good.
So it's good. So Yabwabing had a one term. Before Yabwabing, I've forgotten who it was. He had a one term. Yabwabing had a one term. We don't know if the current MP is also going to have a one term.
Then you mess up now and give you
a now I can see a menu, and I think Obi Nate is also.
He's going for that place.
Yeah, he's going for that place as well. So it's going to be a keenly contested race, depending on who represents the NPP. But I strongly think that Ramadan, that's his name, I strongly think that Ramadan could retain the seat. Now, this is why I'm saying so. That area is a developing area which has a huge population of Muslims there.
Okay.
And most of them are also from the northern part of Ghana. And we know how Muslims support their
loyal.
They are very loyal to their own. Abu Ramadan has proven to these people that he's there for them.
Okay.
When you go to the Sukura area, that is there's a place opposite Lakeside. The place has been developed. He's done their roads for them. He's done things for them, even in opposition. And these people vote a lot. And so this community actually, to me, I think that it could be a second term for Ramadan. But depending on who contests on the ticket of the NPP, then the person can give him, a run for his money. That's the same place that Ramadan, what's his name? Oye, she's not Oye Letha again. She's Oye, I've forgotten her name.
Because of the marriage.
She's not, yes. She contested the same place Ramadan.
Lost.
And she lost.
Oh.
So that should tell you something.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. And Oye has been a party faithful. Oye has been on top and everything. Ramadan is just a young man who has never even occupied any ministerial position. But the people love him. And so that's
what matters to sometimes.
Area.
If they look beyond politics for you, there's one thing saying that I'm going to vote for you on political lines, and another thing because ideally love what you have done or your personality. That gives you an edge. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what goes on over there. He's
done some work.
But I like one term
even though he's in opposition, he's done well. Because I take Lakeside roads for instance. Anytime it rains, the roads get bad. But guess what? By the next day, he's filled it.
Oh, with his own money.
I don't know if it's his own money, but he's representing them in Parliament, and so however it gets done, probably he works with the DC or the MCE or something, but he gets it fixed. So they fill it with sand all the time.
Okay.
So yeah, it will rain, it will go down, but it's filled. Or like, Oyarifa where I live, and that place is that bad, and nobody's filling anything. Nobody's filling, it's that bad.
Oyarifa, it's a Mudino cry.
A Taiman Quino. It is the Taiman.
Can we be filling names like this? Oyarifa Tema.
It's so bad.
It will be bad because the names of the places.
And nobody fixes it. Nobody. It's another conversation.
Change the name. Oyarifa Tema. I know anything.
Oh my God. Let's continue with our story.
Mention places like Chusako. Oyarifa Tema. Anything.
More stories here. The better headline reads, tracking devices fixed on excavators for pilot phase of electronic monitoring of excavators. Some local stories here as well. Sewage system creates 200 new jobs as RM commissions Tamale wastewater treatment plant. Atoko, Early Years Education Center commissioned, which is great as well. And Dr. Baumia's 10th position on the ballot paper, a divine order which reflects his campaign message. Hey, wow. That's all for the final newspaper.
The Ghanaian publisher this morning is reporting on Lands Ministry's denial on granting lithium license, and it says Lands Ministry denies granting lithium license. It's got the minister responsible for lands and natural resources captured by Samuel Jinapo. And away from that, 20 million euros Tamale wastewater treatment plant inaugurated. Page 2 has got a story on that. And digitization reshaping Ghana.
We ain't gonna leave there.
I'm telling you, you're born here, Cassie. You're born here.
You know what I just read? They said number 10 is a divine number.
I said, hey, digitization, you know.
I keep on saying this, that anytime we sit here and we talk about, elections, when it comes to the general elections, you can use the word don't fear. But when it comes to these party, intra-party elections,
internal
elections, Charlie, fear delegates. The way they go follow you, but half of them say they don't have votes. That's the thing. So when he went to KNUSA, I was asking, the young men who were following him, how many of them can vote?
They've collected the money.
Collected the money, top the money.
I am thinking that they were looking for that student, apathy. Like, it's more or less had to do with the youth. And he's been all on this digitization, thing and all of that. And so if you want certain representation for them to believe that, okay, because, he can wake up one day.
My guy, they are not voting.
I know,
they
but
are not delegated.
Listen, these guys have families, right? By extension. So he can wake up one day and say, oh, KNUSD, I know that you people don't have this digitalized, whatever it is.
Delegates.
Let me put it for you. If I have that in KNUSD.
Do you know delegates?
Yes.
Delegates
I have
don't
a
look at that
brother.
too.
I have a family who's got that, level. If the person knows that I'm benefiting from something from
do you know what delegates do?
And knows a delegate.
No. Do you know why
that's a plus.
Do you know how delegates vote? Delegates vote based on who put food on my table.
But he's captured that places already.
So the delegates.
But you think they're not engaging them?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the delegates vote based on the fact that if KMJ should come to power, I will get a contract. If KMJ should come to power, KMJ can give me money to pay my children's
school. Not done that low key?
You're not getting my point. My point is, when they are going to vote, they are looking at who can help me. They are not even looking at the economy. That's not how delegates don't vote based on economy. You went to
direct.
Thank you.
Impact I'll get from you.
Thank you.
And that's it.
That's how delegates vote. So you as a person, yes, if you come to me and maybe you are like 4 or 5, candidates, and you all come to me. I'm looking at the one that I feel that this person, okay, it's not just today that you're putting food on my table, but continuously I can come and knock on your door, you open your door for me.
Some sort of, relationship, if you like.
That's how delegates vote. And that is why it's going to be a very keenly contested race, because these delegates are not going to vote based on digitalization. They're not going to vote based on the fact that, my child says street light has been fixed. They don't care about the street light. When you come to power, are you going to make me a minister? When you come to power, are you going to help my grandchild in school? When you come to power, can I come and knock on your door and tell you that my so-so is dead, that you attend their funeral? That is what they are looking for. So it is not about Ghana. Delegates are voting based on what you will do for them. Then when they bring you to the public domain, the public will vote for you based on what you can do for the public. That's how it is.
Okay, but you see, my issue about even this whole elections and everything is the fact that sometimes it gets to a point when you, as an aspirant, you know that there are certain things you can't promise, right? So instead of you making it very easy for yourself, you try to look on the other side and make it a bit difficult. So if about 3 or 4 people come to you and they are all delegates, and you know that, Rose, as for this one, if I give, the person will vote. As for this one, if I give, the person, you somewhat will be doing selective, right? So you're making it a bit difficult for yourself because you know the kind of people you are dealing with. You get it? So instead of saying that, okay, if it's maybe 100,000, let me share for 4 people, you rather want to say, let me give this individual that money because I know
he will vote
that person will do it. You get it? So you may have different people coming to you and all of that. They have their own expectations. You should also have your own expectation from them. You get it? So it has to be a win-win thing, or you might end up giving to everybody, and the one that you didn't even give the entire money to will not even be satisfied, knowing that he's the one who is capable of voting for you. So these 3 people over here, I know this one, they can't care.
You'll vote for me.
Instead of sharing that money for these people,
but you see,
why don't I give all the money to these people and be guaranteed of that vote?
No.
Instead of sharing here and losing these 2.
That's how politicians get, because politicians need all the 3. They don't need just
But I want these 2 people will not.
But they don't need need you. They need all three. Your one vote won't do anything. It's one. We need three.
What if you give all of them, you lose this one too because he was not appreciating the money you were giving?
That's what they say, fear delegate.
Anyways, I mean, it's going to be very interesting, few months ahead, but let's see how it all goes. So the NPP has rolled out the modalities for proxy voting. So, I mean, if you're a delegate and you can't vote, you can nominate somebody to vote for you. That's like proxy. But I think it doesn't make sense to a large extent because if your proxy does not believe in who you think that you want to vote for, he might just not vote for that person. Yeah. And that's also politics right there. Because you say you want to go and vote for that person. It's a direct impact or whatever it is you are benefiting from. I'm not benefiting from that. How am I supposed to
why should I vote for the person? You're the one benefiting.
So for me, I think it doesn't make sense. But it's one of the committee's decision to also put it. And so we will look at those also and see who makes it to the list for whoever they want to. Disregard content of viral video. John Kumar speaks on that as well. And access to safe drinking water is considered a human right. International Labour Organization says so. Let's support Ghanaian-owned businesses to develop the country. Jospon says so. And CMS to create 7,500 direct jobs. Lands Ministry says so. Let me see if I can get a few, and then we're done for today's Ghanaian publisher. GFA receives $9 million from FIFA as participating fees for World Cup 2022, says the sports minister. And you know that people who had red cards, yellow cards, and all were all fined. Yeah. So we lost some of the monies from the monies that were given us. So it means that those who had the yellow cards and all, we have to take those monies from them.
Their salaries.
They've already paid them.
No, but will not do that. I mean, Ghanaians will not do that.
They pay them those monies from time. You see, chips are getting.
Sometimes when you're playing, you ought to sacrifice yourself to prevent a goal from happening. And so some are sacrificial, in the course of that. Sacrificial cards. Because you know very well that if you don't do that, there's a high possibility that you lose the game. There are some red cards that you, like what happened in South Africa. Where Akwana is Uruguay, when he used his hand, it was a delivery. He sacrificed himself. Yeah. Take a red card.
So even if FIFA is charging $1 million for that crime,
they don't exactly. So most of these cards are sacrificial cards. There are some that, of course, the person just wants to be selfish, will go, tackle somebody, hit the person, injure the person, and then they get the yellow card. But most of them are sacrificial cards.
Some of these cards, you don't get them when you're playing with Messi.
You've seen a star, you are going to get the
because if you put here in the post here, my thing is sacrifice one. You could score.
No, you are not scared. Wait. That is supposed to be somebody that you are aspiring to. Haven't you heard that when somebody you want to be like somebody, you pray for the person. You are going to collect a yellow card on behalf of them. Are you
You're in trouble.
Hey, you want to be like that person. You are going to.
Pochettino says top squad decisions must be made, and that'll be some sports for the Ghanaian publisher. And the last story for that.
Okay, let's do the Daily Guide newspaper. Parliament amends whistleblower contract act. Mahama dumps Nana, hunts for new VP. Is this true? Because we know that Nana faithfuls are, really saying the woman thing, the woman factor, woman empowerment. But it looks like the NDC is going on a new tangent.
It gets to that point. And for me, you see, I still believe that nothing is permanent. As long as there's always room for people to make decisions or even revisit decisions that they have made, I believe strongly that there's nothing that is permanent, And so these conversations will come up. Depending on which of the divide you belong to, you might just, say, oh, it's not a good thing. But really, the party needs to make a decision on this. And the decision is not just based on one person or what somebody thinks or feels.
Exactly.
You understand? Yeah. It's about what is on the table and how we can turn things around with what is on the table. So, I saw it coming. If it happens today, I'm not be surprised.
Anyway, Adisa bullying student arrested, a bench warrant for Christian Divine Church leaders. What did they do? Let's see what they did. The Takwaseki Court has issued a bench warrant for the arrest of Apostle Ebenezer Boahene, the chairman of Christian Divine Church CDC, and Pastor Samuel Lewa, acting general secretary of the church, for failing to appear before it. The arrest warrant was issued after the two failed to show up before the court in spite of a warning by the presiding judge about the previous absence. The two are before the court on charges of non-payment of SNIT contributions for pastors of the church over several years, culminating into about 100,000 Ghana cedis. Oh, namuntie. They should pay. Anna.
You didn't get the money they will pay.
They don't get.
Where the money did?
But they should go to court.
That's the thing.
Just go here.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't like people, and then they are praying about it so that the Holy Spirit will change.
Which Holy Spirit?
To change in the spiritual realm.
Some people just make silly mistakes.
Come on, just
Sometimes,
go, just go. Anyway, the next story: marijuana smoking not legalized. We've spoken about it. Please do not go smoking. Some entertainment stories here. We are not magicians to release bangers, says Yao Tug.
He said they are not what? Musicians.
Magicians. To release bangers.
Nobody said they are magicians. Did we say anybody's
well, whatever.
You see, these guys need me on their songs.
Exactly.
And they are not doing it.
Look, the
so when you don't have
here.
the bangers, you are in trouble.
That's it.
Don't come and be making it look like I have records, I have hits. I've got an EP that is coming up. Sarkodie reached out to me yesterday.
Yeah, you're about to feature him. We
Sark reached out to me yesterday after his performance.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Even Black Sharif
the Abona Base are doing the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, Black Sharif is a youngster.
Level. But you remember Kanye West called us, right?
My manager no, Kasano.
Yeah. Kanye called. Yeah. So Kanye will be featured, you know, on KMJ's because he said that his career is going down. He needs you to help him revive his career. Yeah. So we are still considering it actually. So let's see how best, you know, we can help.
Bay, Abona Bay, Abodia, Abona Bay, Abona Bay, Abodia. Got my hair hey. I'm no E. Got my lot E. I don't E. Then he got a me. Muhammad Dams Nana. You know what the banner. He got a Yamaha. And a Bodia. And a Bodia. Bona Bay. Bodia. And a Bodia. Bona Bay. Bodia. Make some noise. You don't feel them. You know they feel the song. Check it out. This is called Abona Bay. It's on iTunes and Apple.
Hey, see. The
Garden of Eden Apple. Go to gardenofeden.com. Apple.
Hey. Okay. Let me come back to myself. No.
See, we'll bring Grammy.
There's a comment coming in from social media. Good morning to you. The victim was suspended because he failed to report what happened to him to the school authority for over a month till the video was out in the public domain. Okay, all right, that makes sense. This from Kwafo in Suhum. All right, okay, Kwafo, thank you so much for sending that. Okay, we have a Bible verse, but we'll wait. We are not going to do the Bible verse now. I'm still on the Daily Guide newspaper. Most of my colleagues are dead, says Judas. Oh, that's true. That's so true.
Yeah, he feels very lonely now.
No, but God has blessed him. He's given him long life. Yes,
he's doing well.
Good. All right, so more entertainment. I'll walk naked if Peter Obi wins tribunal. This from Charlie Boy. Charlie. Entrepreneurial spirit key to thriving in uncertainty. Ashiokai says so. Companies not granted license to exploit lithium. GHIB facilitates financial crime risk management training. Fix Kudi, MoMag to promote financial inclusion. Let's do some sports here as well. Minister denies GFA player selection interference. Mbappe rejects Saudi meeting. Mbappe has rejected it?
Yeah. No, it's not a good deal for him. He's young. Going to that place. Charlie.
His career is still fresh, so if he goes, his career might die. Yeah.
He doesn't need that.
Nigeria ends shock win over WWC hosts. Now that win, that's been a good one. And ex-GOK Veep goes home. That's the late Frank Appiah. Now there's a story here that I want everybody to know about. So when you step out there and you're a driver, please be careful. Road Safety Awareness Program producer results. So there's a road safety awareness going on. It's by the MTT officials. They are not saying they are arresting you, but they are actually educating you on road safety. So please comply when they stop you. That'll be all for the Daily Guide newspaper. Okay,
so quickly on the Republic Press, Kent stirs fresh trouble in NPP, threatens to abandon 2024 campaign, and you have never beaten me. Mahama replies Baumia. Working with Sherry,
you know why he replied that, right?
He said he's beaten him twice. He said his name has never been on as a presidential candidate. So,
his name has never been. No, his name has never been on the ballot sheet.
Yeah, because you have never been there as presidential candidate. So how do you beat me?
That is sweet, though.
If you supported in the beating, that's a different thing. But when you say you've beaten, it's like you're the main candidate.
My team and I.
You know, that kind of talk. Come on now. Come on now. Ghana needs a new business model to diversify. Free Akoto and Judge Kwesin flawed again as Supreme Court dismisses application to quash High Court ruling.
Why is Ken threatening to abandon 2020? What if he doesn't win? He will abandon the country.
Yeah, the more people.
If he loses, he will join the campaign in 2024.
You will even expose them. You will even expose them.
That's a baby. Hey, wow.
He said they want to go dirty, you will go dirty. They don't try. The person who introduced NPP's break the eight doesn't have sense. KKD.
KKD. I saw the story yesterday. I was like, woo.
Yeah. They give them boost bus.
Time
no deal. Time no day. Businessman in court over alleged 320,681 fraud. Hey, Ghana see this need here. People are spending it all. I will build factories in Savannah to shame regional ministers, Kennedy and Japan. And authorities of Lekma cluster of schools appeal for support. Operation crackdown on legal minors on black voter intensified. Savannah regional minister. Bagbin advocates ethical leadership, and success is not measured by money sitting in the bank accounts. Apostle Nyameche tells political leaders. Some they're only sitting in the house. Man goes blind after trying to set Guinness World Record for longest crying marathon. If this guy ever sees again, my disappointment.
I don't know, but I feel
high.
this story is actually a hoax, though. I don't know why I feel it so.
It's possible, but you know, the whole thing about the marathon.
The marathon, I get you, but I think that particular story is a hoax because if you crying. At a point in time, the tears will refuse to flow.
And when you refuse to, they start going blind.
It doesn't work like that. I'm not, I'm orthologist, but I don't think it works like that.
No, you start going blind when the tears stop.
No, it doesn't work like that. So that's why I feel the story is a hoax. But I know the lady who smiled, the Smile Marathon, she had her chin swollen. For her, she came out with a video, describing how, because she kept on doing this and it affected her chin.
What kind of madness is that?
It got very swollen that I saw. But anyway.
All right, so the video, Wole Soyinka defends Nigerian Afrobeat star in Muslim role, and Asantwa in trouble for allegedly leaking nudes of lady, her brother, whatever.
Anyway. All right, so that will be all. So let's take our Bible verse of the day.
So where are we going?
We're going to Jeremiah. Do you know Jeremiah?
Yeah. It was the son of Abnekim.
Huh?
Son of Abnekim.
Abo?
Abnekim.
Abnekim.
Yeah.
Who's Abnekim?
Yeah, Abnekim is in the Bible. Go look for it.
Okay.
Jeremiah
chapter 6, verse 16.
Jeremiah 18 Ejichemu du insia senator some the culture safuni na.
Thank you. That says the Lord.
Sanya Yankopon sie nie.
Stand by the ways and see.
Munjina jina ye na munhu ade.
And ask for the ancient
path. Na mumbisa say na nanom tetefo na ancestors no musia tutu no.
Where the good way is. And walk in it.
Where the good way is. Omo kwan petene na no.
You were not listening. And walk in it.
Tell me can't ancestors for them.
Oh no,
so you speedy. Also
and walk in it. And you will find rest for your soul. But they said, we will not walk in it.
Liverpool. We never walk alone.
We are done for this month.